to the $100 MBA Show, and today is a Q&A weekend episode where we answer your question right here on the show. If you want to send us a question, just email us at contact@100mba.net, or you can speak it using our Speak It option on the show page, 100mba.net/show. Today's question comes from Stacy, and Stacy asks, what are some great examples of freemium opt-ins? A freemium opt-in is giving something that is of value for free in exchange for somebody's email address, of course. We get into Stacy's question in today's episode, so let's get down to business. Guys, today's show is sponsored by one of my favorite podcasts, actually, Freedom Fastlane, the #1 show if your goal is to have more freedom and more money in 2015. Open up iTunes right now, search Freedom Fastlane, and hit subscribe. All right, so Stacy's asking about some great examples of freemium opt-ins, those gifts that somebody gets in exchange for giving their email address. And this is actually quite critical in making a great impression with your audiences, making sure that you're actually giving something of value to somebody so they can become a member of your audience, so they can continue to follow what you're doing, get your emails, know what you're all about, what you're selling, and possibly buy something from you. So here are some examples you could take a look at so you can know not only in terms of the actual value, the actual piece of free content, but also examples of how it's done properly, how to actually have a process that's enjoyable. So of course, I'm going to start with our own freemium opt-in. So the $100 MBA, we have a few freemium opt-ins you could choose from. So we have our most popular one, which is our free course on idea validation. It's a full video course with several videos and a workbook and a chance to ask questions right under the video. So it's a great way for our visitors to get an idea of what the $100 MBA is all about, as well as just get a really good piece of content. We also have smaller little opt-ins as well. So we have our guide. So if you visit 100mba.net/guide, you could check out all the guides that we offer. These are full guides. They're not that long. They're about 30 or 40 pages, but they're guides to help you with a lot of critical things in your business, like branding, like teaching and presenting, and business planning. And we do plan to add more guides, but the whole point of this is to give people options. If you don't want a video course or guides, if you want to take a look at, the point is that we want you to be a part of our community. And the more options or the more opt-ins I can offer, the more chances I'm going to have to appealing to any particular audience member. So if you want to check out how we do our opt-ins, the actual system of, what happens, what emails you get, how we thank you after you've opted in, how we deliver our courses or our actual guides, you should check out our freemium opt-ins. You can check out the free course at 100mba.net/free-course and our guides at 100mba.net/guides. All right, so let's talk about some other opt-ins that you can check out. I really recommend that everybody opts in at Paul Jarvis's website, pjrvs.com, because his way of introducing you to him and getting to know you through his opt-in is really, really interesting. He's very, very approachable. He's very, very original. And you can't help but love the guy after you've opted into his list, and you just can't wait for the next email. So please check out his opt-in, check out what he offers you, and see how he does it. It's very, very interesting. Another great opt-in example is unicornfree.com. That's Amy Hoy's website. And her freemium is quite interesting. It's an email course. So you get an email once every few days, which teaches you a concept. And the email is not that long. It takes about 10 minutes to read maximum. And what I like about this is that the emails are an easy read. You don't have to read this large ebook, and it's broken up for you. So you get an email every few days, you read it, and you can't wait for the next one. So check out Amy Hoy's opt-in at unicornfree.com. Another way to do a freemium opt-in is to do a bundle pack, which means that you're bundling a whole bunch of free stuff together, and when you sign up, you get all these things. So they could be books, they could be courses, they could be a whole bunch of things that you get as a bundle or as a toolkit. And the masters at this is Copyblogger. So if you go to copyblogger.com, they actually offer a whole lot of things in their opt-in. So when you sign up for copyblogger.com, you get a content marketing guide, you get a book on copywriting, you get like 16 high impact ebooks, as they call them, and a 20-part internet marketing course. So you get a whole bunch of things just for signing up. So it's kind of, it's compelling. It's 16 ebooks and a course. It's kind of hard to say no to. So that bundling or that toolkit kind of theory also works if you want to give that a try. Now, obviously, this is going to take time to build. You might have 3 things in your toolkit, and then a couple months later, you add a few things. Copyblogger's been around for a long time, and they're super, super huge. So, this is an extreme example of a toolkit. I got one more great example of a great freemium opt-in, or a way to do it that's a little bit different. But before that, I want to mention today's sponsor. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, today's sponsor is one of my favorite podcasts, Freedom Fastlane. You've been listening to the $100 MBA show, and now you're ready to start a business, or you want to take your business and your life to the next level. This is one show that you should definitely subscribe to. My favorite episode is the one where he outlines how you can make and keep $2 million in 2 years. I also like the show where Ryan explains how to invest your profits for passive cash flow so you're not exchanging time for money. You'll hear these episodes and more to grow your business on Freedom Fastlane. Open iTunes, type in Freedom Fastlane, and hit subscribe. All right, guys, one more example of a great freemium opt-in for you to check out. And remember, when you're checking these out, check out the content as well as the system that they're doing. What is the process? What are they saying? What is the copy? How are they thanking people? How are they actually sending out these emails? How long does it take to get an email? Do I get a follow-up email the next day or the next week? What's going on? Study these opt-ins in every angle. And the last opt-in is at GaryVaynerchuk.com. You might have heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Gary V. Gary is a very well-known entrepreneur who's really an outspoken character that really has helped a lot of people learn about business on and offline. And he's a very, very popular guy in the online space. He's got over 1 million Twitter followers. And what he does is that instead of having an opt-in, so to speak, a gift, he gives exclusive content to people that are on his list. So he leverages his name as well as the fact that he has great information to share and says that you can get exclusive information if you're on his list. You're going to get information that other people won't get. And he lists all the things that you would get as a member or a subscriber to his list. So that's one way to kind of do it, is say that you're going to get exclusive stuff that's not on the blog, that's not anywhere else when you sign up. And maybe this is something that you may want to think of as you're growing, as you're becoming bigger and bigger in your market. Do sign up because Gary's got a great system and a great way of marketing himself. So take a look at GaryVaynerchuk.com. All right, Stacey, I hope that answers your question. Guys, again, if you want to ask a question, just email us at contact@100mba.net, or you can use our speak it option by recording your question and we'll play it on the show. Check that out at 100mba.net/show. Guys, if you want to do us a huge solid, a huge favor, and show us some love, leave us an iTunes rating and review. By giving us an iTunes rating and review, you help us get more exposure on iTunes and reach more people. That's kind of how it works on iTunes. When you get more ratings and more reviews, they rank you better. So if you want to support the show, please take 2 minutes and drop us an iTunes rating and review. Guys, I want to leave you with this. Anytime you go to a website that you really love, that there's something about it, the design, the copy, bookmark it. I always do this because I always like to study people that do great things. I learned this in education. I was an educator for a very long time. And as a teacher, you're always looking for new strategies, new ways, new things to do in your classroom. So you're always like asking different teachers in the teacher's lounge, what do you use? What's a good lesson that you did today? Can I use that exercise in my class? So always keep an eye out on when somebody does something good, something new, something innovative, something interesting, so you can learn not only from what they provide, but how they provide it. All right, guys, I'll check you in the next episode. Take care.